The following is for entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors. We are not responsible for any losses, only the profits.
What's up, Octo Nation? It's Charlie. I'm going to be your host for today. Now, this took me a while to condense this down to 5, but I want to give you guys 5 of my SPAC only stock picks for the month of August. So we're already in August. It's the first. Can you believe it? Time is flying. But I wanted to come up with the 5 lists that I think are probably going to get us at least some gains for this month. All right. Now, these are what I think have the highest potential to multiplier money for this month. This is not the safest plays, but ones with close to merger or merger pending or have already, well, come darn close, but not totally finalized. That might have already been cool or might not be cool just yet, okay? So last week was pretty red, and I started looking at some of these cool ones that have already been cool, and I'm like, dude, they are so cheap right now. I'm going shopping on Monday. So have a good seat down and let's get into this, all right? First one up to bat is CCX, all right? If you don't know what this one is about, it is about Topgolf. The current common share price is $10.64. They have 86.3 million shares in the boat, okay? Now, this is a total rumor, okay? This could be something else. They've already announced another one, though, the company, so this one's already pretty much done. They're just finalizing it. It's probably going to announce it anytime. But what do we got? Topgolf, okay? This is pretty cool. This is this is one I was kind of sketchy about at first, and I still kind of am, because no matter what, they did get hurt during this stuff that's been going on the past, 5-6 months now. But they've recovered, and they're almost all the way open as of now, and they're planning to keep opening like 80 more places in Asia and all sorts of other places. What it is it's like a driving range for golf, but they kind of digitize it, and like it tracks your balls. So it's kind of like the midnight bowling, Friday night disco bowling, if you've ever done that, where they got the lights and try to make it all cool. But they definitely are playing on the whole party atmosphere. Look, you can golf and get drunk. So, it works, It's cool though, because, stuff lights up and, there's music playing, and it's designed again to bring a bunch of friends together to all share one lane, basically, like in bowling that you all share, and then, I don't know, pretty cool. So this one again still hasn't popped, okay? And the commons are only sitting at 1064. Regardless, even if it isn't Topgolf, chances are these guys are going to come out with something at least pretty decent. So, you're sitting so close to the floor of this that, again, this is one that, it's worth the risk if you ask me. Max potential loss, 5 or 10%? Come on. Next one is FTAC, and the rumor is Paya. Okay, what is Paya? Now, we did a video I've talked about a couple times, but what Paya is a middleman for payment systems, all right? So, and this one is geared more towards businesses, but they do also every type of money moving that you can come up with, right? So, if you did want to send money to someone, you could through this, but they're really geared toward big businesses. They're ranked number 6 overall in U.S. e-commerce volume, which is a pretty big deal, okay? This is a big company, number 6, 72,000 business trusts that trust Paya. So they got 72,000 businesses, 30 billion processed annually. That could always go up. 100,000 customer serves, over 1,000 partnerships. There's a lot of big boy players that are matched up with them, like Intuit. Intuit is massive. I know that. Okay, for big businesses and even small business, Intuit is huge. All right, so something to look into. So they're $10.49, and they only have 44 million shares. All right, that's something to pay attention to, which I found myself, for some reason with the SPACs, I get so hyped up about the companies that I forget to, check the important stuff like the numbers. But, pay attention to that, because, look at Topgolf. They've got basically double the amount of shares outstanding. So what does that mean? For Paya, it's a lot easier to get this thing to hype and bubble up and 2x your money, right? Because Topgolf's got 2x the amount of shares, so it's going to take a lot more oomph to get that thing to go up. Okay, so Paya's half that. Pay attention to that. Next one, total speculation, but it's one of those ones again that's like, dude, it's sitting right at the right at the floor. So, whatever. It's sitting at $10.20, and there's 39 million shares, so even lower. There's 39 million shares, $10.20. It's SBE, Switchback Energy, oil to batteries. So this is that one I did where they had like the oil rigger background, and I actually reached out to them and I was plugging them a little bit, and I was like, hey, does this mean it's totally going to be about oil? Like that's what you guys are going after because you're all oil guys from Texas, right? And long story short, he ended up changing the background. Now the background's a picture of like Northeast Phoenix, but it's still generalized. But anyways, they brought in a guy who's big on batteries. Dude's got patents and a separate battery business where he's got like 2x the power at 2 times or 2x minus the volume. So he can get a battery this big to put out as much amps as one this big. All right. So pretty interesting bringing in that battery guy just for the heck of it. It was totally weird unless it was for a reason, right? I think the dude wanted to get put his name on it, right? Because I think that they're going to use him to fill the SPAC with something slightly green. Could be a miner, I'm thinking maybe even cobalt or lithium, whatever. There's tons of miners, but not tons of those minerals out there. So be interesting to see on that one. Next one you guys might have heard of, ticker is SPAQ. Company is Fisker. The commons are now down to $12.32, and there is 69 million shares. Okay, if you don't know, this is the new EV car company coming out. Here's the 4 cars projected. He's got a sports, couple small SUVs, and a cool, sharp-looking truck. Problem with this is that he doesn't have anything built. He doesn't have battery ties. He doesn't even know who's going to buy it yet. He's got a bunch of stuff in the works, but I wish he was further along, before this went to where it's going. But regardless, I think that he's on track. He's also got a rock star back, and that's Apollo. I don't think Apollo's going to let this one go to waste. And I think this will end up okay, but I think this one is going to remain volatile for a while. But we'll see what happens as it plays out. Just be careful on that one for sure. The next one y'all might have heard of. I've done videos about them. HCAC, the electric vehicle for sure. So yeah, they came out. This is the Hennessy guys. They came out with a SEC filing, said, hey, we need a little bit more time. And guess what? We are signing up with an electronic vehicle company. So huge news. So the rumor is that they're probably going to merge up with Proterra. I believe they're kind of in the same wheelhouse as Workhorse. I don't know if you heard of them. I got some money in them. And then SHLL, okay? Their commons are currently trading at only $10.90. I can't believe it. And they've only got 37 million shares out there. So this one, again, can go totally parabolic pretty fast. So one thing about these guys that I didn't know about is they're actually working on like the Workhorse stuff. Like this is a mock of a, like a big UPS truck that they've got. So they're actually working on those. The MT50s is what they're called. On that platform, they just take the platform, take the body off, gut it, and then put their electronic stuff in. The cool thing about these guys too is they've got so much done, right? They've got this already figured out. It's done. They've got the whole battery system set up. They've even got charging. They actually, this type of battery system is actually used in like electronic skateboards and stuff too. But look at the chargers. The chargers and stuff are already done. And then what they're actually known for is their buses. Okay. So, like the big city buses, they're totally converting these. And I think the quick math in my head is at the lifespan of one of these buses, the city or whoever buys one for the life of it will save about $250,000 in cash from the savings of gas alone, which is pretty big. So you've got a higher upfront cost with these big buses, but the long-term play is over time you're going to save $250,000, total for these. They're also doing school buses by Tonka Trucks, which is cool. I noticed, or sorry, not Tonka, Thomas Trucks. I don't know if y'all heard of them. I didn't know they had a brand of school buses, but even school buses, it's going to be huge, man. So, and then even coach buses. So like, bands, right? Bands are going to be doing this. I mean, a lot of rock bands and stuff, they're usually like leaning towards the greener side of stuff, So I think that'll be another hype for them just to even get on for social media. Like, look at, we got green buses now, so we don't pollute, save the world, So I think that this is a total well-rounded company. They've already got the batteries, the chargers, the whole thing, and they've already been producing this stuff. So if Hennessy does merge with this company, I think it's going to be pretty darn massive. I am excited because I'm going to be along for that ride. Okay. Now the next one is actually SHLL, Helion. Okay, their commons are actually going right now down to $19.33. But get this, they've only got 29 million shares out floating around. Okay, so that's super low. So I didn't realize how low that was, and I actually bought in like right at the beginning of this, and I wrote it up and just sold, boom, when it went way up. I was like, I'm out, I don't even care. I'll take my money and go, right? But what I noticed is like last week, well, especially like Friday, when stuff was just red, SPACs were just getting beat, this thing held its ground. In fact, it might have been a little bit green here and there. It might have even ended green. I didn't look at it too sharply, but I mean, it held its ground. Like, dude, we're sitting here. This is our floor. We're not going lower than this. So that really got me intrigued. So I'm going to be looking to get back into this baby on Monday, probably. All right. Now, if you don't know about them, I'm sure y'all do, but these are the guys who are doing the semi trucks. I believe they've already pretty much got them ready to rock. They've got a couple systems where they can go like half electric and half natural gas, which is cool. So if people want that, or you're in Alaska, weird places that might not have charging or whatever, you have that option. They can like convert your semi, or you can just buy them straight up from them. I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm sure, the life cycle is you're probably going to pay more up front, but then the long term, you're probably going to save hundreds of thousands of dollars in gas. Because you can imagine what these dudes are paying a month just in gas. I can't even imagine, 5-10 grand a month in gas alone. So this is a really cool play. I'm actually, here's a CEO part of this. Like, I think if they didn't have a CEO that was good at pumping, right, a salesman CEO, I don't think that this would have done half of what it did. Why? Because it's semi trucks. I mean, think about how much hype got wrapped up around this thing. And that's why I didn't talk about it, because it's already dead and gone. I was like, it's too much. Let's move on. Let's find the next one, okay? There's too many people talking about it. It already had its mass pump, but now it's down. So now it's looking more attractive to me. But, without that CEO, how would people really get excited about this? I understand it's green and all that, but I don't know. I think there's even other cooler ones that people should have got more amped up about. But what's the deal? The CEO, okay? The CEO is showing up everywhere. He's doing all sorts of interviews here and there. He's just popping up everywhere he could put his face. The dude's smart, but that's the power of a CEO, okay? So that's why, knowing the little details about the CEO and people you're investing in is super important. So kind of look at the macro picture of that. Next one is HCCO SOC Telemed. Definitive agreement is on the way. Shares at $10.45, 32 million shares. Super low again, only 32 million, okay? Talked about this a little bit, but this is like the digital platform middleman for big hospitals, okay? So you're a big hospital and you don't want to have, like for instance, like right now, you can't even bring in a ton of patients unless it's like they're on their total deathbed because of what's going on. So they're like, if it's not flight threatening, you got to just stay at home. So this is giving them a way to still make money. And any way a hospital can make more money, they're going to be all over it. Okay, so what happens is they basically, you can set up any sort of camera you want, but this company does the transaction where they're gonna bill out. Okay, so there's other like teledoctor stuff out there, but that's mostly for the doctors that want to just sit at home all day and it's just for them, and so they get their $100 an hour and they're cool with it. But this is for the hospitals, so the hospitals can still take their cut, all right? And this is a big play too. So they've got 8 of the 10 largest U.S. health systems already, all right? 850 facilities, 550 hospitals already, 14 years in for Joint Commission, 16 years in for life savings telemedicine, They got all sorts of certifications, nationwide telemedicine coverage. Physicians already in, something to look into. But, I think that this one, even past the time we're in, I think is going to do well, because that's what a lot of big corporations are realizing right now. Like, wow, the benefit of just keeping people at home is saving us a ton of money. Now, they can't micromanage the people that well, and they could be slacking off a little bit, but there's ways to even track all that now too. So, I think they're going to start really going after this. Like, if you're not dying, stay at home and just get on the SOC telemed, and then we'll figure it out. We're still going to bill you a ton, but dude, I think it's a sweet play, and it hasn't hyped at all, really. So take a look at that. Next one is DMYT Rush Street, the digital part of Rush Street. So this is going for $10.59. And there's only 28.8 million shares out there. So this is kind of a mixture of LCA, the Golden Nugget, and DraftKings, because these guys have actually got all these branded casino names. It's like regular gambling, okay, on your cell phone, but they've also got sports betting. Okay, so sports betting only gets like 6% of the whole market spent on online gambling, which is tiny. Okay, but these guys got it all, and they've also got partnerships and already deals done for certain states, so I think this is going to end up really big, because especially too, like with what's going on, like the older people, they're the ones that are really affected by what's going on. So they're not going to be hitting casinos as much in person. They're going to be like, let's just have a party at my house, and we'll just all get on our iPads or whatever and do Rush Street and do whatever, So I think this is even a long-term play. That's like, I think it's going to be massive. So take a look at that one also. Next one up is CFFA, CF Finance Acquisition Corp. They're currently going for $10.45, 35 million shares. So this is a big old fintech play. The rumor on this is Sophie. Okay, again, this is a total rumor. There's some things tying them together, with the CEOs and stuff like that. But again, total speculation. But regardless, it's a big fintech play. I think it's like 1.5 billion. Don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, let me know. But Sophie, it moves. It's a middleman for money. So you can move money. You can invest with it. This one is insane to me. Student loan refinancing, private student loans. That's crazy to me too. Unless they, if I was doing private student loans right now, I wouldn't tell people, but I would, in order to get approved, I would make sure that there was another person backing that loan. Okay. Personal loans, home loans, crazy, man. I mean, they've got everything. So SoFi Relay, track your credit score for free. So they got, credit score stuff, small business financing. I mean, dude, the whole kit and caboodle. So if they end up putting out a SEC with these guys, I think it's gonna moon like crazy. So I want to be on that upward trajectory. Okay, so you gonna join me on that one? Let me know. Next one is GHIV. So this is Alec Gore's. I've done a couple videos on him. So this is his fourth official branded Gore's Holdings SPAC. Okay, he's actually got more than that, because he's got another food play that I'm in too. If you haven't seen that video, check it out. But the current shares on that are going for $10.26 and 52 million shares. So here's the deal on this. So they just announced, I think like a couple weeks ago, that the fifth one, so this is the fourth one, but the fifth one is already announced. Okay, so to me that tells me they're pretty much done with the fourth one. They're already moving on to the fifth one, So just because they pretty much know that they've got something, they can't just boom announce it. They still got to make the SEC file, and they got to negotiate. But it's pretty much done in the bag. He's already moved on. What does that mean? They're probably going to announce this soon, and they probably are going to, something's going to start leaking. The insider guys who have money in it are usually the ones that start leaking it, or whatever. But regardless, if the fifth one's already coming out, the fourth one's probably done, and at any time. And again, this is like sitting at the floor at $10.26 a share right now. You almost have zero to lose, zero chance of going down, losing any money. So the next one is LCA Lancadia Holdings II, the Golden Nugget Online Gaming. The shares of this are going for $11.50. There's only 39.5 million outstanding shares out there. Okay, so this is that Golden Nugget I was talking about. I can't even remember. So remind me, if they even do sports betting, but I'm pretty sure it's just like Golden Nugget branded, casino stuff. And like I made that point with the last one for Rush Street, people are going to start, the physical retail brick and mortar casinos are not going to be the same for a long time. All right? People are going to remain scared for a long time, especially the older people that go to the Golden Nugget, okay? So, how long is it going to take for them to figure that out? Probably a long time. There's lots of them that go to the brick and mortar Golden Nugget that once this thing is done, they're probably going to start sending out postcards to them because they're probably on like the bingo list or whatever. Okay, so they're going to start hitting them with the cards, and it's going to, they're going to advertise to them like, look, you can do it on your iPad now, Golden Nugget online, and it's just going to. I think this thing could be parabolically crazy. Just wait until the other people that are not involved with SPACs figure out about this. I think this is going to be a great play. So we've also got GRAF, which is Velodyne LiDAR, okay? Currently going for $13.50 a share. Only 17.5 million shares out there. That's so low. So this is another one of those, like, gosh, this thing could go parabolic so fast. It'd be amazing. So this one already had a little pump up, but I still don't think people realize how massive Graph is. Okay, so Graph, what these guys do is they build sensors, okay, and these sensors are like full spectrum for like almost every industry you can even think of. Like they build sensors for, like cars, like getting too close, like close car monitoring, like if you're driving, your car starts to beep and there's someone near to you or whatever. Autonomous vehicles, so like self-driving. Okay, so they got that. Mapping, so like you've seen the dudes with their backpacks that go hiking, and it's for like Google Maps and stuff. I don't know if Google uses them, but you can use it for digital mapping. Industrial stuff, smart city stuff. These robots that drive around, trucking, drones, robotics. So basically, like if you're a drone company or a robot company, you're like, okay, how do we figure out how to get this thing to move and look at its environment and 3D map it and all that? Well, you just get a hold of these guys and be like, yo, give me the guts. I'm gonna put the guts in my drone, and then it's ready to rock. Okay, and also security system setups. But they have these like 3D mapping things for grounds, and even farmers can use them for the 3D mappings of the farm, and figure. I bet you could actually have autonomous driving tractors, and have it just tracked with drones, and you can just sit there on your porch, drink sweet tea, and pull up your iPad and control your John Deere. Who knows? I know it's coming. So I think that's a totally rad play. I think what needs to happen is we need CEO love. Okay, the CEO needs to start pounding the YouTubes and the Twitter and drum some stuff up. Number one, and then number two, we need to get some more brand recognition talking about it. Okay. Now, as for brands, okay, I'm on the wrong page, but the brands that they've got are huge. Like they're actually paired with like Mercedes and BMW and tons of car places. So the CEO needs to come out and start bragging and name dropping on stuff he's already got. Okay, not like Fisky Fist talking about VW and didn't actually have it. Okay, only companies already with, but they're already with tons of them. So they could just sit there and name drop like crazy. He needs to get online and do that. All right. Last but not least, number 5, we've got SOAC, SOAC. Commons are currently going for $9.86. Only 8.6 million shares. Are you kidding me? What? Do you realize how easy this thing can go parabolic? What is it? Okay. This is the quote-unquote green SPAC, okay? The website is greenspac.com, okay? Investing in sustainable transformations, okay? So white partner with SOAC, $300 million in the bank, ESG focus, IPO managed by city, deep operational capital expenditure, CO2 reduction focus. So I mean, there's all sorts of ways they can go with that. I've talked about the big, coal refinery filters that exist out there that the guys are starting to make, and you can like set it on top of the big stack, and it will filter it, and then that way we can actually utilize coal, and we're good. We can use coal for energy. We just got to get that filter thing on top. That's it, And we got a lot of coal that we could totally utilize. So, that's a play. But there's 10 million I can think of, but I'll leave it at that. They are talking that they're targeting a business combination in late 2020 or early 2021. So to me, they're already saying they've kind of got a couple in mind, right? So this is another one that is just absolute fire sale right now. Red Ticket Kohl's 15 coupon stacker right here, okay? Look at this thing, all right? So I bought it, okay, it came out like June 29th. I bought it like the next day for like 86 cents. What happened? It skied up to, it skied all the way up to like $1.60. So it like 2 extra money. I don't remember if I got tagged selling it on the way down or I got tagged selling it on the way up, but I was able to sell it at $1.25. Or I'm sorry, I only sold half. So I still got actually half the shares I initially had in. But look at where this is at now. This is back down to below where I even bought it. So it's down to 79 cents a share. And this is on the warrants, so warrants more sketchy. But this is still an earlier SPAC, dude. It came out July 1st, let's just call it, June 29th. And look at this. It's all the way down to 78 cents. This is something that has already proven it can 2x, all right? But it also hasn't even, we haven't heard much at all. Like there's no like little secrets that have popped. There's no LOI, there's no rumors out, unless they're totally just spat out, or maybe we haven't heard them yet. Maybe they're making their way through the coffee center, okay? Maybe they're in Starbucks right now and on their way out to Burger King and then to spread out to Macy's. We don't know, all right? So I almost forgot, but guess what? I'm so stoked. I got our shirts made when they came in the mail, and they came fast. It only took maybe like, I don't know, was it like a week and a half turnaround? So I ended up getting 4 in the mail. I want to show you, I was so stoked, got them today. I ended up making another one. And this one cracked me up. And I know it's ridiculous, but there you go. Do you get it? Do you get it? Okay, this is supposed to be Robin Hood bro. And I'm pretty excited about this one. I made this up, threw the arrow up in there. And I know pink is a lot to handle for some guys, but I think this is a comedic play. So I think it's funny, and I'm gonna rock it. I'm gonna order some tonight. So anyway, this one's already out. If you want to jump on the site, you come on and hit merchandise. I honestly don't even know if I make any money on these. I don't even think I've set that up yet, but they're currently they're giving away like 15% with the company I paired up with for the first 2 weeks. And so there's 8 days left. So that means I got my shirts in 6 days from when I ordered it. Holy Toledo, that's fast. Anyway, so we got 8 days left. You get 15% off, and you get to redeem. This is on them. They only do it for the first 2 weeks. So if you're gonna get one, just get one. Just go to the site, that I put in every video, and just click on merchandise on the left. And then I've got the Robin Hood Bros one so far, and then I've got the octopus. You'll get to know me, but I'm guessing I'm probably gonna have a ton of designs that I'm gonna end up doing. Because I already got so many other designs I'm thinking about, but you can just click that, go on here, pick your thing, make it bigger, small, add to cart, yada, yada. But that might help the channel out. Again, I don't even know if I make $1 on that or not, but I don't really care, guys. I just want, to create an army of money flippers and money multipliers, because I think we'll initially end up making a ton of money with each other. So if there's any other plays or you enjoyed this video, just let me know down in the comments, or any other video ideas. This was actually a video idea that one or more people have suggested to me. So I was like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. So I really appreciate that. I need all the help I can get, because I'm just a single dude trying to put all this puzzle together. So thanks again for watching. Y'all have a good rest of Saturday night, okay? Bye-bye.